What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ant Bay, and now that it's a new year, let's do an ant room tour. Let's go over all of our colonies and see how they're doing, and then later on, let's discuss about what's to come to this channel. So, without further ado, let's dive in. About half of my collection was in hibernation, and a couple of weeks ago, I came to check on the colonies that were hibernating, and what I came to find was something I hoped would not happen. Our brown and black carpenter ants have almost completely died out. The water system that was attached to the front wood nest had failed, and this caused pretty much all of the colony to die of thirst. This is what they used to look like, and this is what the colony looks like now. It's a far cry from what once a colony of 200 workers or so. It seems like the whole colony did everything they could to keep the queen alive, and through their sacrifice, they were successful. It's truly saddening to think what the ants must have endured. But luckily, as you can see, the queen had laid few batch of eggs. You have no idea how excited I was to see this. I was running around the room like I was like a crazy person. I was honestly surprised to see these eggs because when I talked to other ant keepers, they told me the colony might die out because once the queen loses this much workers, over 90% at this point, yeah, they weren't supposed to survive. And you see these new eggs, you just have like this much joy running around. Yeah, so let's keep our fingers crossed, you know, for this colony to survive because this queen is really beautiful, and this is one of my first ant colonies to keep, so you know I have a special connection to them. Oh, honeypots. Maybe I'm just cursed, because I keep on failing to keep these girls. I think this topic will require its own video soon, but to sum things up, I have 3 queens, and 2 of them are kept in a Tar Heel mini hearth, and 1 of them is kept in a test tube. All of the colonies have stopped laying new eggs since November, and I have a suspicion it's because it's cold out and they're performing a little bit of a diapause. But when I talk to other ant keepers as well, they say their honeypots are doing amazing. Theirs is laying new eggs, and you know, when I do check their nest, it's constantly at 75 degrees. So I honestly have no idea what I'm doing wrong. If you guys, you know, can tell me what I'm doing wrong, please reach out to my Instagram or just leave a comment below, tell me what to do. I might be bothering them too much, but then again, if you see here, you know, the ones that are kept in the test tube, there's no fresh batch of eggs, and these larvas have been, you know, stuck in this larva stage in the last 2 months. So please help. I do have this. I cannot open it and show it to you guys because I have a suspicion that I'm bothering my honeypots too much and that vibration is bothering them. So I will show these to you guys once they have settled in, have enough, at least let's say 20 to 30 workers. My god, speaking is always hard for me. But yeah, you know, right now I'm just slightly opening this and giving them a mealworm here or there, and they have a constant supply of sugar water. So let's keep our fingers crossed. The last time I checked in on them was 2 weeks ago, and the queen had laid new eggs. And yeah, that's all I know so far. Once in a while I see a worker walking around in the sands. That's about it. I'll probably check on them once it's March, when it's warm out. Yeah, so wish us luck, wish me luck. All of us wish each other's luck. Now on to some good things. Not all of the colonies that were hibernating did poorly. Our Murdoch did actually great. After checking on our brown carpenter ants, I was super scared, so I ran over to the Murdochs just to see how they were doing, and when I checked on them, I saw the workers pulling on the cotton. So that to me was pretty much a telltale sign of them wanting to start foraging and start feeding the colony. They were housed in the mini Ants Canada hybrid nest, but I don't think they seem to like being in there. These girls are quite clean, and what I saw was really dirtied up nest. So, you know, a great friend of mine, Ants for Everyone, had provided me a nest and an outworld that he created. And when I hooked them up, I assumed they would move in super slow since they just came out of hibernation. But when I came to like check in 5 to 10 minutes, they were already moved in, and I didn't even get the chance to film them. The Immaculata's colony is doing amazing. In probably about 2 or 3 months, these girls will require a new nest. Right now I'm thinking of the Tar Heel Fortress, or get them a different type of nest. Once, the time comes closer, I'll probably put up a poll and let you guys decide. It'll probably be between, the 3 big major ones, Tar Heel, oh god, I'm blanking on the name, Wakushi, and I'm blanking on this name too. Oh my goodness. Come on. Guy from the Netherlands. Oh my god. EA. Aesthetic Ants. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was really hard. Yeah, I know I have a bad track with ordering from Aesthetic Ants, but they do have American suppliers now, resuppliers, so I'll probably reach out to them and then try to see if I can get a medium nest from them. So yeah, once the time comes, I'll put up a poll and you guys decide. But until then, there isn't much to update on. We did get our first major, and first and only major. She looks amazing because she's basically a copy and paste of the queen. I love how their black and yellow contrast with one another. Just look at her. She looks amazing. So, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I guess you don't really know, yeah, you wouldn't know any updates on my colonies, but the last time I showed you my Camponotus Floridanus, they were housed in 2 extra large Tar Heel mini hearts, and they probably had 4 to 6 majors and maybe 100 or 200 workers. Well, this is what they look like now. Ta-da! Isn't that crazy? Their population is probably around 1,000 or 2,000. I'm not too certain, but it is to the point that I can no longer clean after them, even in this huge outworld. Yeah, this is which one is? Yeah, this is Tar Heel Fortress Type 3, and they're already filled to the brim. So I have ordered them a new nest, and it'll probably be up on the Instagram faster than it being up on the YouTube. If you guys are from Instagram, hey, thanks for checking it out. And if you're not, you should follow me. I basically post every other day. You can see more of them drinking, eating, the stuff that really hard to just keep posting here on YouTube daily. The colony eats about 2 to 3 superworms a week, sometimes a full-grown Dubian roach plus a superworm. They eat a lot. But hey, that's the best part of ant keeping, right? You feed them, they grow, you feed them more, they grow more, and to the point it's just hundreds of them crawling around everywhere. It might creep out a lot of people, but I think it's super fascinating. The Nikos are doing what the Nikos do best, eating, growing, and dirtying up the nest. So if you remember the last time I gave an update on these girls, I told you guys they had a huge hiccup. Basically, I didn't like their nest being dirtied up so much, and I couldn't see through their glass. And you can see here that you can't really see through the glass too. Yeah, I got frustrated one day and I wanted to clean the glass, but I don't know what I guess I did something wrong. When I did pull out the glass, it slipped back on, but when it did, so many workers ran out. About half of the colony just got squashed. Luckily, the 2 queens were fine and none of the brood was injured. But yeah, it was within an instant I lost 20 workers. It was really sad. And my wife just looked at me what did you do? I was looking at her it wasn't me, I just wanted to give him a clean home. But yeah, I did not know these girls had 3 caste of workers, majors, and super majors, and we just started getting the super majors that are almost the size of the queen. Yeah, because there were so many of them and I didn't see super majors, I just assumed there was no super majors. And I came one day, I put in a, roach in, and then they just crawled out and start tearing it up. I was like, whoa, where did they come from? Last but not least are the messers. I originally had these girls hibernating, but after talking to some ant keepers, they told me it's probably the best if you just put them in a room temperature diapause, because they don't originally come from a place that they need to hibernate, which I had no idea. I really thought these were like European ants that hibernate, and I was wrong. I guess more you know, right? But the queen did stop laying egg somewhere in December. That's why I thought I should hibernate them. But it's just that she does take a break from, laying that many eggs during the cold months and then pick back up once spring starts. But as you can see here, there are a bunch of broods there. So yeah, good thing I brought them back out of hibernation. Back out of hibernation. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. They live in this nest now. I don't know the name of it because my best friend gave it to me for the holidays, and they seem to like it. They moved in from Tar Heel into this super quick, so I'm assuming it's because of their consistency of humidity. I'm not sure, because if you can see here, there is a test tube that's upside down feeding water constantly, so that might be the reason why they like it. But aesthetically, it's not the best looking nest, but since my best friend did give it to me, I can't just like put it on the side and just leave it blank. But yeah, hopefully these girls will reach into the thousands one day, and hopefully I'm lucky enough for them to like escape and be all over the room. And hopefully I don't go through what Holifer went through. So yeah, let's talk about what's to come. It is 2023 and it is my second year of ant keeping, and this is when I want to start catching queens. I want to start recording what kind of queens that live around California. And a lot of ant keepers in Southern California are just showing off their leaf cutters, showing off their honeypots, showing off their fidolis, all of them which don't live up here. In California, especially in the Northern California where I live, there isn't much diversity, I would say, because there's just so much Argentinian ants and then just a bit of fidolis. So once it's warm out, I want to start going out and catching queens. I want to start going to different locations, and I want to show you guys how to catch queens, where to catch queens, and just do what ant keepers do. I will also be doing honest reviews on the nests that I have and on ant products. That way you guys can decide on what type of things are best for what type of species of ants you have. I will not be biased, even a friend gives me a nest or somebody sponsors me. Please sponsor me. Yeah, please. No, I mean, what? I don't need sponsorship. What? Well, anyways, yeah. So, starting with Tar Heel Mini Earth, we will work our way up, and then from Wakushi, I want to start testing their small nests as well as their gypsum nests, and yeah, I also really want to do Static Ant's nest. His nest does look nice, and it's so hard to get a hand of them because every time I order it, it never got delivered, and it's so frustrating. But yeah, and there is some test tubes that I really want to test out on, especially those sand ones with hydration towards the back that you just put a needle in. So yeah, there's so many things that I want to do. Additionally, I want to get in touch with other ant keepers, maybe do some collaborations, do an interview, ask them why they got into ant keeping, what are their tricks of keeping ants, how you're, you know, how you're doing so much better than me. So I'm looking at you, Oliver. Come on, man, you gotta do some interview with me too. And of course, do more ant collections such as attas. I already reached out to people to see, you know, if I can get some attas. I also want to get the bull ants, and one of my dream species is the, you know, trap jaw ants. And all of those are kind of hard to get, but this year is the year that we're gonna do it, and I will record and make a video. I promise that I'll do it. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys. There's so many things to come, and I cannot wait to share with you guys. And that being said, don't forget to subscribe and like. You don't have to share because sharing is a butt. So I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye! Last but not least are the messers. If you know me, then you love that I love there's what? You love that I love? My goodness.